Now, we'll talk about methods or functions. Methods are like mini programs within your program that help you organize code and make it reusable. So, let's start with method declaration and calling. A method is a block of code you can call multiple times. It has a name, optional parameters, and a return type. The basic structure of a method in C# is return type, method name, parameters, and code to execute. However, parameters are optional. Like here, I created a void type method named sayHello. It does not have any parameter, and inside it, it has the code to execute. Right now, I created this method inside the main method. Now, let's see method with return types. Return types are used to send back the data. Like here, we have a method with integer return type named getAge, and inside it, I used return keyword to return the data back. As return type is integer, we can only send back integer type data. So, I return the value 25. To call these methods, we need to make call from inside the main method using the method name along with parenthesis. As getAge method returned the integer type value, so I created this integer type variable and assigned it the getAge method. Now, this method will be called and returned value will be stored inside this variable. Then, I printed this variable to see the value. Now, run the program. Hello message and the returned value are printed. Now, let's talk about return types in detail. Methods can send back or return values or data of any type like string, integer, double boolean, etc. Methods which don't return any data, we assign void return type to them. Like here, I created 3 methods. CalculateAge returns integer data, getFullName returns string data, and isAdult returns boolean data. Then I create 3 variables and assign these 3 methods to them. One thing to note here, methods return type and variables data type must be same. Then I printed these variables. Now run the program. Here, age, name and boolean value is printed just as we programmed. Now, let's talk about parameters and arguments. Parameters are variables that methods receive, and arguments are the actual values you pass to methods. They let your methods work with different values each time you call them. Like here, I created a void method named greet and inside the parenthesis, I added a string type parameter. Now, we can use this parameter as a variable inside this method. Like, I printed this name parameter just a regular variable. Next, I created a method with integer return type named add, and I added 2 integer type parameters to this method. Inside it, I returned the sum of both parameters using addition operator. Then I called these methods. While calling the greet method, I passed a string value because we added string type parameter in method. Here this value is called argument, and the actual variable passed to the method is called parameter. Then, I created an integer variable named sum and assign it the add method. Then pass 2 integer type arguments. To pass multiple arguments, I used comma to separate the value. Then I printed the sum variable. Now run the program. Here, hello John message is printed from greet method, and the sum is printed from the add method. Now, let's talk about method overloading. Method overloading lets you create multiple versions of a method with different parameters. The method name stays the same, but parameters change. C# knows which version to call based on the arguments you provide. Like here, I have 3 methods with same name but return type and data type of the parameters of each method is different. Also, I created these methods outside the main method because overloaded methods can't be created inside the main method. And main is of static type, so we need to declare our methods static, otherwise we won't be able to call these methods from inside the main method without making an object of these. Then, we created 3 variable and set the data type according the overloaded method. Then I assigned overloaded methods to these variables and passed the arguments according the data types of these methods. Now run the program. Here, values from all 3 methods are printed. Now, let's talk about optional parameters. Optional parameters have default values and don't need to be provided when calling the method. Like here, I created a method named displayMessage. This method has 3 parameters. First parameter is required, however, second and third parameters have default values. Inside it, we used an if statement to check if Boolean parameter is true, Then print this message, otherwise print message from else block. These default values will only be displayed when we don't pass values to these parameters while calling the method. Then I called the method 3 times. First time, I provided argument to required parameter. Second time, I provided argument to second prefix parameter. And third time, I provided argument to third Boolean parameter. Now run the program. Here, first time message is displayed with default value. Second time message is displayed with provided value. And third time message is displayed with provided value and also timestamp, which we set to be shown only when Boolean value is true. Now, let's talk about named parameters. Named arguments let you specify which parameter you're passing values to. They make your code more readable and let you provide arguments in any order. It also prevents several types of errors. Like here, I created a method with 3 parameters and inside it, I printed these parameters. Then I called this method, but this time I also added the parameter name followed by a semicolon and then provided the argument. While using named parameter, we can change the order of arguments like this, because we passing the arguments directly to the parameter itself, so there is no need to follow any order. Now run the program. Here, both messages are printed and are same even when the order of the arguments in second call is not according to order of parameters. And that's only because of named parameters. That's all for this section.